HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This segment of the news is brought to you by BTC, powered by Lime.
The ballots have been counted and the Bahamian people have decided a resounding no to both Webshop gambling and the National Lottery. Good night, everyone. I'm Candino Knowles. Welcome to this special edition of The Bahamas Tonight. Well, after months of back and forth between the vote yes and vote no camps, Bahamians have decided against the regularization and taxation of Webshop gaming, as well as the establishment of a national lottery. The aggressive campaign undertaken by those in support of regularizing Webshop gaming would not be enough to prevent the sweeping win the Vote No campaign was able to secure. So far, the unofficial results for Question 1 are 27,321 yes votes and 43,393 no votes. And for Question 2, 28,787 people voted yes, while 40,983 people voted no. Well, we go now to our Altaviz Munnings, who is standing by at the Vote No campaign headquarters at Grace Community Church. Altaviz?
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Altaviz Munnings, live from the Vote No campaign's command center at Grace Community Church in Marathon. A small crowd has been gathering here once the unofficial results have been coming in on television. And I can tell you right now, a number of pastors who have been a part of the Vote No campaign have been here for a number of hours watching the results come in. One of them is co-chair of the Vote No campaign, Pastor Lal Bethel, senior pastor here at Grace Community Church. Pastor Lal, you said that you canvassed several polling divisions today here in New Providence. What was the response from the individuals you spoke with?
Well, I didn't speak to too many. I did try to speak to both the sides, both the vote yes and the vote no, but it was very hard to tell today what was going on. The voter turnout was kind of low seemingly throughout the day, and we really couldn't get a good gauge of things. But every so often you get those in the white shirts kind of let you know, don't mind the white shirt, I vote no. And so that seemed to be a running theme, I think, throughout. But you know, Altaviz, I'm extremely grateful to what we've seen today. My hope, my confidence in the Bahamian people has been restored. I have to let you know, when the opponents are throwing $7 million at you, and there's land giveaway and cars and houses and just money, and there's a spirit of greed and avarice that was released, I got a little concerned, you know, because we have a history of piracy, rum running, bootlegging, and I got a little scared there. But we've been praying about this matter for so long that we believe that God's Spirit was going to move on Bahamians, and we were going to recognize, wait a minute, these people are trying to bribe us, we're not for sale. And the Bahamian people came through greatly. This is a victory for the Bahamas. It is we were saying there was a referendum on God. Will the Bahamian people choose God, or will they choose mammon, avarice, greed? And the Bahamian people have chosen God. And this is just, it's a beautiful thing to behold. We give God the glory. And I'm reminded, just before perhaps you speak to Bishop Hepburn, who's had a long history of dealing with this, much longer than me. We stand on the shoulders of great men like him. But you know, I'm reminded of how back in 1974, a select committee reported back to the government. They had been set aside to ask what should be done about the numbers racket. And they reported back, and they told the government at the time, 1 year after our independence, that since this thing preys on the poor and the impoverished at the lower end of the socioeconomic pole, every effort should be made to stamp it out. It's taken 40 years. That's a full generation. But we believe this must be stamped out. We must get back to industry, loyalty, unity, and respect for Christian values and the rule of law. The rule of law has been absent for the last couple of months. We say let's restore it. And we want to say, for those who perhaps are in fear that they're going to lose their job because of they've been on the web, they've been working at web shops, the church is not saying throw these people to the ground, I think we want to be a part of helping the government to find jobs for them. But let's not forget, it was an illegal enterprise. And so the onus is not on us to find them jobs. But the church is compassionate. And we want to say to those who are finding themselves perhaps in fear, don't be afraid. The church will always be there for the hurting, the lost, the disenfranchised. That's what we do.
Where's the celebration tonight?
Celebration's right here, Grace Community Church. And I'm so happy to be the pastor here with all of these folks here. Many different churches made this thing up. There's one thing we want to thank Craig Flowers and Sebastian for. They have literally roused the church to action.
Thank you, Pastor Lyle. From Pastor Lyle, we're now going to speak with Bishop Hepburn. Bishop Hepburn, you just came into this command center at least 5 minutes, and you were near tears as you embraced Bishop Hanchel as well as Pastor Lyle. How are you feeling this evening, sir?
Well, first and foremost, let me give God thanks. This is my second time in a situation like this. Well, 50 years ago, when they were opening the first casino in Paradise Island, I was a very young man then, along with the senior man like Reverend Dr. H.W. Brown, Asa Colebrook, the Bishop of the Anglican, the Catholic Church, along with the former Premier of the Bahamas, who was Sir Roland Simnett. We was on Western Esplanade, where a great prayer meeting was held. And I was fighting from then. I was preaching about this for the past 50 years. And I preach about this just about every Sunday. I preached about it last Sunday morning on my radio program. And of course, that is a part of me. But what I am happy about, this morning, I was the first person who went to the poll. When I went to the poll this morning, there was nobody there. I was the only person there. And I passed around the church and I came back. And I was the first person that voted this morning. And I said we had the victory.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Nice to talk to you. One more person to interview here at the command center of the Vote No campaign is Bishop Walter Hanchel. And Bishop Hanchel, when you came in, you didn't even say good evening. You said, the noes have it. And you were also telling us earlier that you visited 14 polling stations today. Tell us what voters were saying to you.
Well, let me first of all say, to God be the glory. Great things he has done. This victory tonight is for God. I want to thank God for the Bahamian people and the Christian church for voting no. We have sent a strong message to all and sundry that we don't want gambling in this country. We do not want it. We respect everybody's views, but the people have voted, and God has spoken. And let the church say, Amen.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Once again, we're here at the Vote No Campaign Command Center at Grace Community Church.
Thanks a lot, Alto. Well, our LaDon Davis was at the Parliamentary Registration Department. She joins us now with the latest. LaDon?
It appears as if the No Vote campaign are the unofficial winners here of the Webshop gaming referendum in the country. Now I'm joined here with Acting Parliamentary Commissioner Sherlyn Hall. Mr. Hall, I know that there are some results still coming in. Are you able to give us some unofficial results at the moment?
The unofficial results as they come in appears to be in the no category, and the family islands are still pending as we wait for Macau. I think they have some difficulty with the transmission line, BTC. We cannot make connection with Macau. We have results from Meguana, Inagua, but Crooked Island and Auckland's, we have some difficulties there waiting for the results. But most of the family islands are in, and a few in New Providence, so we're trying to collate all of that. And hopefully by tomorrow we should have the recount completed by 9 a.m. Well, we start the recount by 9 a.m.
So what's next for your team here at the Parliamentary Department?
Well, what is next? We have to publish the results on Form S, and we have to take the results to the Governor General as the regulations state. And by 12, maybe, the official result will be ready, hopefully by tomorrow.
It seems as if the no vote campaign are the official winners of the Webshop gaming referendum. Back to you in studio.
Now, the Progressive Liberal Party has issued a statement thanking voters for what it calls a wonderful display of democracy in today's referendum. The statement said, quote, "As the world looked on, the Bahamian people conducted themselves peacefully and with great respect for others as the referendum was held without incident." The statement continued, "The Prime Minister was clear that his government would be guided by the results of the referendum and the will of the people, notwithstanding the low voter turnout." The PLP says a webshop gaming is currently illegal under Bahamian law. It's expected that the government will allocate the necessary resources to enforce the law.